Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Joy Evans.
Today we're taking a look at a game called Ham Helsing.
Ham Helsing.
Which is a fantastic name of a game. When I first heard about this game, which was essentially a pig fighter of monsters,
As they should.
I am straight up involved, especially since the main monster they seem to fight in this game is spiders.
Which
I think spiders are just straight up evil.
they're the worst monsters in the world.
I agree. You can leave comments about how they kill all bugs. But
Don't care.
But murderers kill people too, and if they kill a bad person, you're still a murderer. And if spiders kill all the bad bugs, they're still spiders.
100%. I would take any bug over a spider.
We're getting a little in the weeds here. Save your pro spider comments for something else. No, but Ham Helsing is based on like a little comic of, well, said hero and friends as they fight monsters. This is a cooperative game in which you're going to save Mud Canyon from some sort of evil monster like a chicken. So here's how it plays. In this game, each player is going to play one of the characters in a game. Hey, it's the man himself, Ham Helsing, or Malcolm, or Lobos, or you have Ronan here. Now, each of these characters is going to come. Ronan comes with a special sword token. You have your own deck of cards that are going to have symbols on the sides of them. You have health. You have skills that you can upgrade. And what players are going to be doing is they're going to be taking several turns by playing cards from their hand. Everyone has one free move that they can do, but they might have move on other cards. Cards might give them money, or cards might let them attack enemies. Players are going to be moving around the board, trying to fight enemies. To fight this enemy here, you would need to spend a blue and a yellow attack. I only have a yellow attack, but a blue and a yellow attack to take that out, or this one here, just a blue attack to take it out. As you kill enemies, you are going to get money for killing them. If you fight and kill these biting enemies that have this jagged edge with the teeth on them, they will also do a damage to you. And if you get too much damage, you get knocked out. Some locations give you special abilities. You might be able to get Knuckles, who runs around the board scaring people. But at the end of your turn, you are going to be drawing more tokens from the bag to all the spots that you are next to. So this would be a tough one to end your turn in here because it's attached to so many spots. And sometimes when you pull a token from the bag, it's not an enemy. It just does something negative to all the players. When an area has monsters in it equal to the number here, that area breaks and is no longer accessible. Forgive the lighting here. This is a tough thing to show because they're all clear cards. But you are, at the end of a round, going to be able to go to the market and buy more cards. And this is going to be an upgrade. So my swish, I can add this to it. And now when I play it, it is a yellow attack and a red attack. And so you have ways that you can upgrade your cards here. My throwing stars now, whoops, that one I could not play on top of that because this has a special ability, and so does the other one. But I could play it here on Thwip, and now I have Hambush, some extra stuff that I can do. And so players are going to be using those, and they're going to be gearing up because the whole goal of it is to fight the final boss. Each final boss, the hen is the easiest final boss. There's also Chad, the Robo Knight, and Silk out there, and they're going to have health. This is considered an easy boss with 50 health. But at the end of every round, you will be, these are rewards for killing different things, but you'll be flipping it over. It will tell you where the villain moves to. You'll roll to see which minions move, if nests are on the board, and the villain will act. And you have 5 rounds to defeat the villain. When you're fighting the villain itself, you'll attack like normal, any color, but then the villain will roll. If he rolled these dice, he blocks all yellow attacks and all purple attacks. And that's sort of the game itself. I know that that's a very brief overview, but you're trying to upgrade your cards. You'll draw up to 4 cards at the end of your turn. You can keep cards if you haven't used them. You draw up to 5 if you're with somebody else. And you move around these locations using whatever special abilities, if they have any, and then eventually getting to the boss and defeating them. Component-wise, this is pretty good quality for the price point. This is from Fireside Games, and so their games are never particularly high quality. They're not quite mass market, but their games are available for the wide public. So
they're nice. The acrylics are nice.
The acrylics are nice.
You have like a front and a back, which does not matter at all. but it's pretty
matters to me.
cute. They put it back on there.
And I really like the art in this game. I really like the theming of this game. I think that the clear cards, that upgrading other cards,
I
that's
love
just a fun
card
thing to
crafting.
do. Yeah, so that's pretty, the whole thing just has a very fun look to it. Going around to different paths. This really gigantic creature that helps you is also a very small miniature, which I find amusing. Maybe
Yes.
he's not a gigantic. Maybe he is pretty small. I don't know.
What about Chad?
Yeah.
Chad.
So all this, it's a good-looking game.
Yes.
I do worry that the look of the game belies how the game plays.
100%.
Because we're just going to say it straight out. I have, not just me, because I wondered. So we've taken this to conventions, and every time I see this played, I ask people, how hard is it? And almost exclusively, they tell me it is one of the hardest cooperative games ever played.
It's insane.
We did not put it out recently. We did a voting for the most difficult cooperative
Yes.
game. I didn't put it on that list because not enough people have played it. That's why it wasn't there. But I'm telling you, this game is crazy hard, but it's also random hard.
Right.
The most egregious example of this, and I straight up hate this about this game, is when you're fighting a boss and you roll some dice to see what kind of attacks he'll block.
It all comes down to that.
And he's like, blue. And you're like, oh, good, because this time I hit him with a whole bunch of blue, and he just blocked it.
That's disheartening when you load up. You're like, all right, guys, this is the moment we've been waiting for. Huh.
Yeah, it would be
About
one
that.
thing if he's like, he blocks one blue hit with it.
Right.
But to block all the blue stuff that you've done that turn, and you can say, well, you should diversify, you're kind of at the mercy of what you get in this game. This isn't like a game where you go around. When you upgrade all those things, you get a free hit of each color.
Yes.
But there's also a lot of things that move you down them. I don't like my games to be super difficult. But this one feels almost unwinnable in many ways, and I haven't played it on anything but the easiest settings.
Right, and you're treading water. I mean, it has a pandemic feel, everything except for like Knuckles as a medic. We're going to try to send him out and try to get things off. It's really, and it has the same story arc, it seems like, every time. I don't hate it, but it's just, the story arc is at the first, you're going to hit minions and get some upgrades. At the end, last 2 or 3 rounds, you're going to try to hit the villain as hard as you can.
I guess there's a couple problems I have with the game. One is that it's really, really hard. But also, the game simultaneously feels too short because there's only 5 turns.
Right.
So you only go through your deck a couple times, upgrade, and I'm like, oh, well, I guess that's fine. It's a short game. But also, the turns get longer and longer, it feels like. And there's so much upkeep on bringing out these bad guys. It feels like you're never making any difference in the world. And if you draw a bunch of biting spiders, they're just
Yeah.
going to bite you. It's not like they even give better rewards for killing them. You just are like, well, I guess I'm going to get bit this turn.
They're just brutal.
Yeah, and I'm worried that kids are going to see this and families are going to see this game and they're going to grab it and play it, and then they're just going to be demoralized by it.
I mean, I enjoy, the combat is interesting. You get the colors and that's the ones you're going to go after, but it stops mattering when you just get swarms coming in.
Yeah, and they just keep growing, and you're doing stupid things like, I'm going to go to this location end my turn just so fewer bad guys show up.
Right, yeah.
I'm going to go end my
mitigation.
turn with Joey, even though it's a bad idea because I need that
the extra.
one extra card.
Exactly.
Then the one character I have, he has a one-time per use 4 attack. The bad guy has 50 health.
That's the thing.
This isn't like some amazing feat. You're like, on this turn, I did 6 damage.
Watch
and it's
this.
like, oh my word.
Yeah, the characters aren't that different, and also locations aren't that exciting either.
There's a couple that are out there. You also don't get a lot of money to upgrade. It would be one thing if you were getting more and more powerful as the game goes by. I'm looking to see the levels of the bad guys. There is ways in the back here. They're like, hey, would you like to make it harder and longer? And the answer
No.
to that is...
It is no.
No. They do say there are ways to make it easier. Lower the starting health of the villain. Get rid of the minion effect tokens, some or all. I would get rid of all of them. Because I'll tell you, again, it's another thing. It's just not fun. When I pull a token from the bag and I'm like, everyone loses a coin.
Yeah.
How is that fun? I mean, there's nothing we could do to stop it. There's nothing. It just happens. And we worked hard. We're trying to get upgrades, and you took the one thing from us. The locations can hold an unlimited number of minions and never become lost. You can remove the villain board entirely where they have no ability or powers. Eliminate minion. There's so many things here. And I'm like, just this should have been the starting levels.
I agree.
And then you can add in some of this stuff
To make it more difficult. There's something mentally about saying you can do this to make it easier rather than here's the base, you can make it harder if you want.
Yeah, and the difficulty is my number one problem with the game. But I think even if the difficulty is easier, it's not a particularly super fun game. I want it to be more. When I saw the cards, the theme, I was very excited. Then I saw the cards, and you can upgrade the cards. I'm like,
Yeah, I
that's
love that.
really fun to play a card and be like, oh, I got the card. I hit you 3 times with this card. But you get to do that so infrequently, it doesn't really matter. And so my rating for this is a 5. And even then, I feel like I'm pushing it up a bit just because I like the theme, I like the idea, I like the art, and I want this to be the kind of cooperative game that I could bring home and be like, kids, we're going to have this fantastic time, and they would be all in for it.
Yeah.
But it's just okay at best, and that's, again, when you add in the crippling difficulty of it, I can't recommend it.
I'm going a bit higher at a 6. I mean, because the thing is, I like the artwork.
Nice.
I like the artwork
The
more than
nicest
you do.
6 he's ever given.
It is. It's very difficult. And again, I love the card crafting, but you don't get enough of that. And it's so punishing. And again, the fact that it comes down to that villain roll, so many times you roll and you're like, well, this sucks. You've just used everything you have and you're like, that's it.
There's
It's
just
rough.
something that's really unfun about that.
I agree.
I have not played this with kids, and I'm glad.
No, they'd cry.
But that whole idea of you come in and they're like, roll this, and you're like, the villain blocked everything you did.
Good job. Good job.
That's life, kid.
Maybe this is great then.
I was going to say, if you're looking for a life lesson,
There you go.
hey, kids, spiders are bad.
And they are.
So, yeah, it's unfortunate. I really wanted to like this one, and I think a second edition of this could be amazing.
Maybe.
Well, we'll see what happens, but that's Ham Helsing, folks. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Joy Evans.
Bacon's delicious.
Stepping on spiders.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.